Welcome. This is an Easter devotional, a Holy Week devotional, I suppose. John approached me with this idea of putting something together for you folks to have to meditate on and hear some sacred music. And so, as we were talking about it, what occurred to me was something like a seven last words service. If you are not familiar with one of these services, it is a service that focuses on Jesus' seven last words, taken from accounts in the Gospels of Luke, John, and Matthew. And sometimes there are even really long church services where pastors will preach on each one of these. I have had the pleasure of doing that, and it is a really cool thing to do, but it is also a very long service. So we are going to present the scriptures to you individually, followed by a hymn that you can sing along with or just it can just be there to give you time to meditate on that word. And we will present all seven of these with the text of the scripture as well as the first verse of the hymn. And I will, in some cases, read a little bit more of the scripture than what is traditionally in a seven last word service because it helps to have a little context in a couple cases. They are all very short readings. So I hope that you enjoy this. I hope you are having a wonderful and blessed Holy Week. And I hope this helps you prepare for Easter Sunday. Thanks be to God. Amen. Our first reading is from the Gospel of Luke, chapter 23, verses 33 and 34. When they came to the place that is called the Skull, they crucified Jesus there with the criminals, one on his right and one on his left. Then Jesus said, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. From the Gospel of Luke, chapter 23, verses 39 through 43. One of the criminals who were hanged there kept deriding Jesus and saying, "Are you not the Messiah? Save yourself and us." But the other rebuked him, saying, "Do you not fear God, since you are under the same sentence of condemnation? And we indeed have been condemned justly, for we are getting what we deserve for our deeds. But this man has done nothing wrong." Then he said, "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." Jesus replied, "Truly I tell you, today you will be with me in paradise." From the Gospel of John, chapter 19, verses 26 and 27. When Jesus saw his mother and the disciple whom he loved standing beside her, he said to his mother, "Woman, here is your son." Then he said to the disciple, "Here is your mother." And from that hour, the disciple took her into his own home. From the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 27, verses 45 and 46. From noon on, darkness came over the whole land until 3 in the afternoon. And about 3 o'clock, Jesus cried with a loud voice, "Eli, Eli, lema sabachthani." That is, my God, Why have you forsaken me? From the Gospel of John, chapter 19, verse 28. After this, when Jesus knew that all was now finished, he said, in order to fulfill the scripture, I am thirsty.
Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they laid him in the tomb?
From the Gospel of Luke, chapter 23, verses 45 and 46. The sun's light failed, and the curtain of the temple was torn in two. Then Jesus, crying with a loud voice, said, Father, into your hands I commend my spirit. Finally, from the Gospel of John, chapter 19, verse 30. When Jesus had received the wine, he said, "It is finished." Then he bowed his head and gave up his spirit. This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God.